Welcome back to Getting Real. This is the show where we talk about what it actually really takes to live a life of wealth, joy, and freedom. This isn't just about the highlight reel or the flashy pictures on social media. This is the real stuff, the messy middle, the growth, the heart behind it all. Here's the
Mm.
truth. No matter how much success you build, if your relationships aren't thriving, something is always going to feel off. That's why I'm so excited to have the conversation we're going to have today with my guests, Karina Reeves and Matt Hilliard Ford. They are relationships experts who help couples be together in joy, deepen intimacy, and stay connected, especially when life gets busy and the stakes are high. If you've ever had a dream that your partner didn't quite understand, or you've tried to have the money talk and it went sideways, you're really going to want to lean in for this one because today we're going to talk about getting real um, in love and wealth together. So, let's dive in. Welcome, Matt and Karina. I'm so excited to have you both here.
Hi,
Hi,
Monique.
thank you for having us. We're very, very excited to be here.
Thank you for that lovely introduction. We're
Yeah.
going to have such a good conversation today. I'm so excited.
I'm excited too. And like anticipating because I have questions for you, but you said, well, you might have questions for me. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll see where this goes. I'm excited. All right. So you two help
So,
couples experience more joy and intimacy, which is amazing, but also takes real work. So, what drew you to this work, and how has your own relationship shaped what you teach?
Mm.
yeah, we found out the hard way what kind of relationships we didn't want to have.
Yeah. Yeah, we both spent some years, some big years in relationships that we really struggled in, were really challenged by, and came to the end of questioning what our contribution had been in creating that experience.
Yeah, exactly. When it came to the end of my marriage, I was like, okay, there's lots of things I didn't like here, and I'm willing to own my side of the street. I know that it took both of us to create whatever happened here, and I was willing to go all in on figuring out what I could do differently. And it turns out there was a lot. There was a lot of things that I could do differently. And you had a good story when you sort of like saw a moment.
Yeah. I remember when I was married, and like I was in the kitchen, had my hands in the sink, and doing the dishes, and my then wife was chatting away, and I was a few days into being pissed off about something that
Mm,
I was just kind of keeping to myself, and I was giving monosyllabic answers. I had a closed heart, wasn't really available, and I was blaming her for whatever had happened. And I realized just how long it took me generally to step into a situation where there could be conflict.
mm.
So I was more comfortable in keeping myself to myself, being resentful, than stepping up and saying, "Hey, like you said this thing the other day, and it really hurt me," or whatever had happened. These days, if something comes up between us, it's usually minutes. It takes us
Mhm.
minutes to address it and move through it. Sometimes it's hours, but generally
Yeah.
generally not much more. And that was my work to do. It
Yeah.
wasn't in my marriage. It wasn't my ex's to say, "Hey, what's up? Why are you just mumbling
Mm.
at me? Like, why do you look so resentful? Why can't I feel you?" She had every right to say all those things, but it wasn't fair for me to wait for her to call me forward.
So, we wanted to do this work because we wanted to enjoy our relationships. And I don't know about you, but when I'm not enjoying my relationship, kind of nothing else in my life
Yeah,
feels right.
yeah,
It's like either like
Yeah.
a weight or a knot in my stomach, or like my nervous system I can't quite calm down. I can't really sink in and relax and like feel that sort of
yeah,
warm flow. So
yeah,
I wanted life to feel better. It was very selfish.
yeah. Yeah, and our relationship is our home, right? And coming back to a shitty home it's not a place where we can refuel, not a place where we can really feel ourselves.
What do
Yeah,
you think, Monique? Does that resonate?
it does. And it just makes me also so grateful for the marriage I have.
Mm.
And that feeling of safety and being able to be completely honest with what
Yeah.
I'm feeling and being able to share whenever anything kind of sticky comes up and be able to, what I said, like disagree agreeably. Like,
Mhm.
we don't fight. We disagree,
Yeah.
but it doesn't come into it never like we don't fight
Yeah.
because and nothing is ever personal. And I'm just really, really grateful for that.
Yeah.
I can feel it when you're sharing that you've found or done the work or had good modeling, right? Some of us lucked out with parents who already had pieces of this
Hmm.
work of knowing how to stay kind and open-hearted. We call it don't weaponize your feelings, don't like attack your person with what's coming up for you.
Yeah.
And you're showing it so beautifully that when you can share what's coming up, hey, I'm noticing that this is hard for me, or oh, what did I share yesterday morning? I was like, gosh, we were talking about something. I'm really feeling kind of
Yeah.
scared about this. And
Mm,
I statements, right? Not for I
yeah.
Yeah.
think you're a jerk, but I'm feeling scared changes
Yeah.
everything, because then you can look at it together as
Yeah.
opposed to it being his fault.
Yeah. That was such a good moment because I could feel you getting tense, and I know the track that you can go on
Sure.
when you're tense, and then that I go on, and it's generally like this direction.
Yeah,
Unless one of us has the capacity to make a different choice, which you did in that moment,
I
and it was
did.
so it meant we could just like, I'm like, oh, you're scared.
I'm
Oh,
scared.
okay,
Which is
okay.
Yeah.
what I think happens a lot for couples with money. Money's scary.
It's scary for a
Yes.
lot of
Oh,
us.
okay. That's so good. That's a great segue into my next question for you. Because in my community, right, all of these women want to invest in real estate, and often, so I have a program for women real estate investors. Every once in a while, we do something for couples, but mostly I talk to women, but they have these partners who are there, who are involved with deciding what happens with the money,
Yeah,
especially when you're making a huge decision like
it's a
let's
big,
let's buy this
big
property,
decision.
right?
Yeah,
um, which is probably the most expensive thing anybody will buy is real estate. So a lot of the partners will get nervous about the money, about the risk, or about change.
yeah,
Um, from your experience, what's really behind that resistance, and how can couples move through it together without it turning into a fight?
yeah,
I just had an awareness.
yeah,
I think at the root of most fear that comes up in relationship, it's the partner's fear of losing you.
I think so.
Mm,
Do.
Yeah,
If the
okay.
money goes sideways, maybe the relationship won't
Mm.
make it. If the money succeeds, maybe she'll have more money and won't need him anymore. Maybe he'll become redundant.
Mm.
Maybe he will be in circumstances he can't handle and she'll look differently at
Mm.
him and he'll be rejected and possibly the marriage won't make it. So there's so
mm,
much fear
Mm.
of change and the both the good and
Yeah,
the bad that money can create.
yeah,
oh, that's really deep.
yeah,
There's I'm thinking about one of my goddesses who she's wanting to invest. She has big dreams, big goals, big vision, creating something that will make a massive difference for the community.
mm.
And it's in a different country. And her husband is like, why can't we do something smaller? Why can't you do something here? Why can't you, he's
Mm.
like really
Right.
scared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Um, like, why are
Yeah.
you wanting to do like,
yeah,
it's so
Yeah.
saying. It's so, there's a lot of, like, see how, like you're saying, like, deep down, it's just, I don't want to lose you.
Yeah, it feels
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And I think there's that. And also, I don't think there's anybody that doesn't have stories around money. Like, I don't think money is a neutral thing for many people at all.
That's
It's
like life goals.
right at the one end, it's like money always works out for me. Like maybe I had a really good experience, like watching my parents growing up making successful investments and having a portfolio, or maybe I grew up watching my parents stuff money into the mattress because it wasn't safe anywhere out in the world. Maybe there was never quite enough to go by. Um, like we all have stories around money. And I think often what happens with couples is the push and pull. Well,
Yeah.
this is what I want to do with it. So I basically have to force you to agree or I have to back down.
We call that binary thinking. If anything gets into either or, either it's this and it's good, or it's that and it's bad, you're locked. And it's time to you need to shake some things off and expand a bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. And I mean, we think sort of exploring what's coming up and validating what comes up, the fears that come up, like in the relationship you were describing, for her to be really curious about really what's coming up for him. What would make him feel more comfortable about doing something smaller, maybe in the same country instead of abroad? Like really explore those fears for him, because they might be fears that could be addressed quite easily with a little bit of negotiation, a little bit of top and tailing, or maybe nothing changed. Maybe he just wants to be heard and he's like, okay, you get me, you understand me, go be brilliant and expansive in the world.
Yeah, it's a real dance. I'm just gonna say a word that I'm thinking of, and Monique, I'd love to hear your take on it, and that's enrolling.
Yeah.
Are
Enrolling.
you doing to get what you want, or are you enrolling your partner in what's possible, what you're excited about, what good things would happen for them, what some of the impact in the world? Like if she's got big dreams, there's a big vision there, and I'm curious how much she's enrolled him in those possibilities at the same time as, like you were saying, that validating to his fears of staying small. I find small is our instinct when we can't see any bigger.
Yeah.
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 So how does enrolling hit for you, Monique?
It does. And I guess my next question is how do you have those conversations? Because as Matt was saying, everyone's coming with these money stories. Often they could be opposite, right? So one person it's like, money is my friend. Money is this wonderful thing. Money is where I want more. Another one might have money causes challenges. Money is something like we only need just what we need and nothing more, right? Like this, they can have a really different stories, relationships around money, and behaviors around money, and also, and there are these different goals. So what is like one practical tool couples can use to have those tough money conversations or investing conversations, enrollment conversations, if you will, so they still feel like they're on the same team?
May I?
Yeah, go ahead.
There's something we talk about all the time, Matt and I, and that's, are we zoomed out? Are we looking at the big picture? Or are we zoomed in and talking about the specifics of this situation? So this awareness for couples who are talking about money, I would say to make sure that you're leaving space to talk about first the zoomed out big picture. What are our goals as a couple for money, for retirement, do we just want a cute condo by a lake near where our kids are? Do we want to travel? Like, what's the big vision? How, and then have like a list. We could, if you want, we can make a list of like things to like address. How much monthly living do you think we'll need? How much pleasure? Like, do we like things like a small condo, or do we like, you know, do we want to have gardeners? So like, what is the vision? And then, okay, this is what we want. And then what does that look like right now? Matt, you called a work back schedule. Okay, well, if we want this kind of bigness, then hang on, our computer just doesn't register. Okay, can you still see us?
We see you and hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then when you feel like you're unified in this big vision, then you can look at the step by step from exactly what Matt was talking about earlier, from the place of what do we want? So if anything in the relationship feels like, well, I want this, and why do you want that? Pause, slow it down, get back into we before you make any further steps. So those are the two pieces I advise. Figure out your zoomed out, come to the zoomed in, and slow it down so that you're doing it together, not fighting each other.
Yeah. And I want to add to that too, like the structure of that is like if I'm one of your ladies, Monick, to say to my partner, hey, I'd love us to have a conversation around this potential investment, around money, what it means to us, because I really want us to make a decision as a team. I really want to make a decision that serves us both, supports our goals as a couple, as a family, if there's kids, our future, and that would address that fear that you named, that he might lose her, she might go off somehow. And to say when would be a good time this week? You know, men especially, we get hyped, we get locked into the thing that we're doing, whether it's the dishes or the lawn. Like we want to finish that thing.
Making your own money.
making our own money. So to be given that option of you know, when this week is it going to happen? Again, if I'm one of your ladies, saying like, I think it's maybe, you know, an hour conversation or a couple of hours, maybe we want to do it in two parts. We don't have to bite it off all at once. You know, when's a good time this week? That gives him some agency, some you know, in that process, some ownership in the process, and that makes all the difference, especially when there's a big conversation on the horizon.
Yeah, so good. Okay. You talk a lot about joy and play in relationships. When life or business gets intense, what's one thing couples can do to reconnect and bring that spark back, even if they only have 10 minutes?
I think I know what you're going to say, but go ahead.
I love that naughty little smile on your face.
Here's my one. Like, there's a bunch of things you could do, and there's one constant. It's something in your body. You can jump around, you can go outside, you can dance, you can like play fight with each other, you can joke around, but it's got to be something in your body. If you try and have fun just in your mind, you're actually making more work for yourself. You could even just like tell each other jokes or anything where you're asking your body. They've done studies, and what creates more rest is more pleasure.
Yes.
Literally, if you say to yourself, 10% more pleasure, how can I have a better time? What feels even better in my body? Your body will literally rest, recuperate bigger than if you try and, I don't know, what do? We scroll dopamine, Netflix our way to feeling better. And it's not the long-term hit we really want. It's just not.
the things we remember in life, the experiences that usually the experiences that we have some physical experience of, right? Like you might say, oh, I had a wonderful vacation, but what I'm really remembering is how that felt in my body. The sun on me, the drink that I had, the time with you, like that's the one that, you know, all things that I felt in my body. So something that sort of addresses that state.
And don't feel like you have to do it right. Make something up. We made up a crazy joke for me a couple of years ago. I was so grumpy and I wanted something to help me not be grumpy. And you made up
the grump
monster who would chase me around. I was literally 3 years old in this game, and it was thrilling, fun. Like,
yeah,
it was crazy fun.
I would chase you around and I'd put her over my shoulder and
be like, I'm gonna catch you. We just made it up. There's no. The recipe is letting yourself discover what's fun for you to let it be in your body. That's my only request.
I love that. So good. So you've coached many couples. What's one myth about love or intimacy that you wish we could all just throw out the window right now?
This is you.
Yeah, this is me. This is me. So when I first met my ex, I was like, oh, this is I was late 20s coming into my 30s. I was like, this is the one. It's going to be plain sailing from here on in, because I found the right. She wasn't the right person for me. I wasn't the right person for her, and it was a struggle. And the myth that I had was that everything was going to work out because I'd met the right one. And what I came to realize was there's work involved in staying. For me, there was work involved in being present. And what did that mean? There was work involved for me in being available for conflict and those deep conversations. So that was the myth. It's like, actually
we really talk a lot about shifting your stories. We call it healing your love story. Healing your love story. Whatever the wiring we got as kids, or the way our first few relationships went, or how we saw our family do love, that is wiring. You have to heal and shift those things that aren't working for you and your system. And it's both like something's wrong, as in it's not working for you, but there's nothing wrong. Like it's just a story. You can shift it. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean they're a bad person. Healing your love story through your body and in your energy and in your wiring of your subconscious is such a relief, because we don't have to keep repeating the same mistakes. We are not destined to fulfill our original map, our original compass.
Yeah, the big shift that I got, it was when it was just before I started training to be a relationship coach, but it was through the man that became my teacher. It was like, relationship is a path. And I'm like, say what? It's like, relationship is a path to healing, to growth. I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense to me. Like, these are all these places I'm struggling and feeling challenged, instead of like, it's your fault and you're wrong, or it's my fault and I'm wrong, or like the world's screwed up. It's like, oh, this is all things for me to learn. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to stay in that relationship, but these are all places for me to learn about myself, about relationship dynamics, about how to create intimacy in a relationship.
It's all happening for us, that old chestnut.
Yes. This resonates really deeply. So my husband was married before. We've been together almost 20 years now, but before that, he was with his ex for most over 15 years, and they had 2 kids. And luckily we have a wonderful, wonderful relationship with her. And her new husband, in fact, I officiated their wedding. It's that good.
Oh,
So,
that's,
but
that's
I think, and I thanked her for, I call it, for training him so well. But it's like he's the man he was when he met her, and when they first started, right? It's a very different man than who I met, right? And
yeah,
he benefited from all of those years when he was with her and
yeah,
learning and just what it means to be in relationship with somebody else, and I was
yeah,
the beneficiary of all of those lessons, just like you each are the beneficiary of the
yeah,
lessons that you've learned through your previous relationships. And yeah, none of it was a mistake. All of it is just, yeah, it is part of that path of our lives. And I'm really grateful that and we're growing together.
yeah,
Um, we're also different 20 years later than we were when we met,
yeah,
you
And
know?
how wonderful. How wonderful
Yeah,
to grow together.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And that I think that's been part of the trick, that we've grown together.
yeah.
Because
Mhm.
Oh,
different directions. So
yes,
I was thinking about your ladies in these hard conversations, and I
mhm.
have some thoughts for them because they might be feeling frustrated with their menfolk not being as excited.
Yeah.
And yeah, and so
What advice or what would you share for them?
Matt and I believe that a happy relationship is all three of mind, body, and soul. And so when you're not in alignment with you, the world also feels out of alignment. And when you can shift from the judgment of they're not doing it right, why don't they want this yet? Why do I have to explain this? In the same way that husband was like, why do you have to go big? Why can't you go small? It's the same thing when they notice that rising sensation in their body of frustration or judgment or limitation. That's their work to come back into calming and opening their heart to being with their partner.
yeah,
Either partner can help take the role of being the calmer, more expanded person. Fights really
Yeah.
only happen when you're both panicking at the same time.
mm,
Ideally, you take turns having. we have a rule that whoever's got a more balanced, settled nervous system needs to help run the conversation, because when you're calmer, you have more of your frontal lobe, your decision making.
yeah,
The minute your nervous system kicks off, your brain literally leaves the room. So there's the
Yeah.
two things of seeing yourself, seeing when your nervous system isn't in that
yeah,
alignment of mind, body, and soul, your energy, your sensations, your nervous system, your vision,
yeah,
your stories, and that it is always, as soon as we can, our job to reclaim that, not to wait for our partner to change for us to reclaim it, but we can reclaim that joy and open-heartedness with ourselves first. And the magic sauce is that helps our partner get on board too.
yeah,
We want a
Yeah.
surgeon who is calm and assured. We don't want a surgeon who's like explaining and panicking and rushing, right? It's the same for helping. It's the same for explaining and helping our partners get excited about our vision. If we're calm and measured and full of awareness and
yeah,
open-heartedness, they're going to want
yeah,
what we're having.
yeah,
So good. Oh my gosh, this is so great. Well, we are getting towards the end of the show in our famed end of show Trinity, which is a brag, a
yeah,
gratitude, and a desire. But before we get into those,
yeah.
for those listening who want to learn more about what you do and how to tap into your magic sauce, where can people find out more about what you do and connect with you?
Absolutely. We have a website, mankarina.com. We have an Instagram. It's Matt and Karina. And we've made a little special treat for your listeners. We made a quiz. So we love quizzes. It harkens back to my teenage years of reading girls' magazines. There was always a quiz. I love a good quiz. So we'll send you the link, and it'll be in the show notes. It's totally free, and it'll help you see what are some of the ways that you can open, or where are you sort of a little bit blocked in having the relationship you want. It's going to be super fun.
Yeah, those assessments that give you awareness are gold. So thank you for doing that for our listeners. Okay, so now it's time for our Trinity, and I'll take one from each of you. So what's one thing you are celebrating right now? What's one brag?
Am I going first?
Go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So ladies first this time.
Ladies
Okay.
first.
My brag is that we have been wanting to manifest more in-person workshops and events, and the most incredible space has opened up in Toronto. We've just become members this week, and we are on fire to do in-person experiences. We're so excited.
Well bragged. How about you, Matt? What's
Yeah.
your brag?
My brag is there was a couple who I was working with, and they were a handsome couple, clearly in love, thinking about starting a family, but bickering a lot about the ridiculous things that we bicker about a lot in relationships. And the other day, I went to the mailbox, and there was a hand-addressed envelope, which is pretty rare these days. I was like, oh, who's this from? And I opened it, and there was a thank you note, and inside was along with the thank you note was a photo of their baby.
The birth announcement.
Yeah, the lovely little baby that had been born a few months after the coaching. So that was
amazing, awesome. All right, what's one thing you're grateful for? Matt first this time.
I'm grateful for you,
baby.
And it's true, because you're very patient with me, and you bring a lot of joy into my life.
Thank you. Yeah. You're the best time. I love you.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm grateful we've started doing a gratitude practice in the morning together. And we get so dropped in. There is no list making here. It's full, just like bliss, gratitude, just waving through our body. Full goddess vibes for sure.
Love that. Beautiful. And what's one thing you desire? And it could be work or business or relationship, anything.
Oh, I desire all of your goddesses to have the most incredible, lucrative, world-changing investments. Absolutely.
Ew. So shall it be, or even better. How about you?
I desire, I mean, this partly speaks to what you were saying with the first of the Trinity questions, like more in-person work. We're looking at doing retreats in the near future, and the space in Toronto opening up offers the opportunity for in-person work. But I miss that, and I love it. I had the opportunity to have some in-person experiences a couple of months ago, and I was like, oh yeah, this I'd forgotten how good that felt.
So next time we want to see you in person, Monique, you in?
I am in. That's my big thing for the year as well. I'm all about more IRL. We'll have to do something together.
Yeah.
That was such a wonderful conversation. And so for both your desires, so shall they be, or something even better than you can ever imagine.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you both. Thanks for reminding us that love is not separate from success. It's a part of it. Yeah. And for those who are listening right now and realizing that maybe you have some tension with your partner that isn't necessarily about money, it's about fear or communication or forgetting your dream together, Take this as your sign to do something about it. Start that conversation, ask the questions, schedule the conversation of the date nights. You don't have to fix it right now, but take that one small step towards connection. And if you want to learn more about Karina and Matt's work and how to bring more joy and intimacy into your own relationship and to get access to that juicy quiz, go to www.mattandkarina.com. We'll also have links in the show notes. And as always, thank you for getting real with me today. Let's get real about love, about money, about success, and stay real. Until next time, bye-bye.
Thank you, Monick.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was awesome.